and welcome to Candidly Liesel, where we drink good wine and have candid chats. So obviously this is my first video ever and I'm super duper anxious, but I'm excited. I feel like this is something I've wanted to do for a long time and I'm going to kill it, if I do say so myself. So basically the format of this is that I am going to drink good wine, review it, tell you guys what I think. That is what review means. And then, yeah, we're just gonna talk. It's gonna be a normal chit chat. What I like to discuss, or what I think I would like to discuss, is gonna be social commentary, because I'm very passionate about that. But I could discuss makeup, or football, or anything, you know, just depending on how I feel on that day. So yeah, let's get started. The wine that I'm gonna be reviewing today is the Creation Grenache Syrah blend. And guys, this wine is exquisite. It has been my favorite for like 2 years. It's probably going to be my favorite in 2 years. It is a beautiful full-bodied red wine. And yeah, let's pour and drink.
This wine is 230 Rand and you can get it at Norman Goodfellows. It is produced in Hermanus in the Western Cape. Oh my gosh, look at my face as I pour the wine. But yeah, you can see I love wine. So yeah.
Okay, so you know, they smell the wine as they do in the shows and everything, so I'm going to do that as well. And you swirl it a little bit just to let it breathe, you know. I'm not a sommelier, but yeah, bear with me. So you smell a little bit, get what, you know, you feel and sense from the wine, because it's different for every person. So yeah. Guys, this wine is so good. Ooh. And then a little taste. It needs to breathe a bit more, so let's just leave it and then I'll review it at the end when I've spoken about what I'm going to talk about. So the reason I've chosen to speak about social commentary is because I believe that we don't have enough young voices that are truly speaking about it from their own perspectives. Everything that we hear is from a Western perspective, and I don't blame anyone, because that's all we consume. Everything we see is the West, the West, the West, the West. So obviously the ideas that shape our activism here in South Africa are going to be Western based, which is so incorrect, because guys, the West is the diaspora and we're in Africa, which means we should be defining their ideas on blackness. We should be defining their ideas on black activism, and yet it's the other way around. So obviously I'm going to talk about the Black Lives Matter movement that has swept the whole entire world, and it's about time. You know, I completely support it, and I think that it's beautiful to see people galvanizing together to recognize that people are people. Like, there are no subhumans in this world, you know? But an interesting thing that I did pick up from that is the fact that when we were having the hashtag Blackout Tuesday, my Instagram was really blacked out. And I mean, I make it a point to follow mainly African type of influences and African sources, etc. So for example, I'll read Pan-African journals. My authors, the books that I read, are exclusively African writers. So that's the type of thing that, like, I've tried to surround myself with in order to try help my own consciousness. And yet I was seeing everything blacked out and I was like, wow, this is beautiful. Yes, I love it, I love it, I love it. But then I think 2-3 days later, like, troubles, like, it started striking right here in South Africa. You know, women were being killed, like, left, right, and center. Like, it was crazy. It was actually ridiculous. And I didn't see that many people posting about it. And yeah, maybe I can't really, obviously, like, compare the two, but it's happening in South Africa, guys, and yet South Africans aren't posting about it as strongly as they're supporting and posting about Black Lives Matter. And why is that? Actually, I answered that because we're westernized. And so that's part of the reason I felt like I needed to start this channel, because as South Africans, we need to start thinking for ourselves. We need to be activists in the true sense of activism. In terms of the West, you can call feminism people wanting to show their nipples, people wanting to grow out their hair. Well, in Africa, that can't be our feminism. People here, not just in South Africa, you have girls going through female genital mutilation in Ethiopia and Somalia. You have children, 12-year-old girls being married off to 40-year-old men in Malawi. You have things like that. And so for me, to see people here like, I'm hashtag a feminist and I'm worried about, like, if I can show my nipple and wear the shortest of the short skirts, there are different issues here. And you branding that feminism as your feminism is telling of a bigger issue. It's that you're brainwashed. You're brainwashed by Tumblr, YouTube, whatever you consume. And it is taking away your own ability to think for yourself. And that is what I'm hoping to give out, you know? I know what people are gonna say. Oh, America supported us when, apartheid was going on. Educate yourself, that's very incorrect. Actually, what happened is that America supported South Africa during apartheid, the blacks specifically, only when communist Russia had fallen. So basically, this thing is, I'm like mixing ideas. But capitalism and communism just don't go together. Capitalists are communists' biggest threat, and communists are capitalists' biggest threat. And what was happening in the world was that we had the Cold War with America and Russia going against each other. And anything that was communist was associated to Russia, basically. So all these other countries were not supporting South Africa. They saw the black people suffering here for 40 plus years and said nothing because they were gaining from it. England was taking out gold, other people were taking out platinum. It was fun for the world, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time, like, you didn't want to support, the ANC movement because you'd be supporting communists, which is like communism, which is something that you're fighting against with the USSR. So when they defeated the USSR, that and only that is when other countries were like, okay, now that we've dealt with this issue of communism, now we can look at black people's lives and be like, they matter. So don't sit here being like, like we can like put everything on the table for the people in America. Guys, those people didn't put everything on the table for us. The economy came before the lives of black South Africans. The fight they had with the USSR, like war, basically came before the lives of black South Africans. And only once all of that had been taken out of the way, that's when our humanity was no longer questionable. So for us to be rampantly Black Lives Matter, come on. We need to educate ourselves. We need to educate ourselves about these types of things. And it's also very important that if you are supporting the movement, support a movement with all you are. Slacktivism isn't welcome. This whole entire thing of being an activist but kind of slacking, so just you're an activist online just so that you can get the likes and people can be like, wow, you're so socially aware. Like, wow. Yeah, it's not hard. Honestly speaking, some people cannot choose not to be activists, because if they choose not to be activists, then they continue being oppressed, and that is no way to live. So if you do agree with me, tell me, hey Lisa, I think you're right. If you don't, tell me, Lisa, I think you're wrong because of this. Let's open a discussion with not just one another, but a whole entire community. And hopefully we can create a community where your race, age, sex, that doesn't matter. We're here talking about how we can better South Africa and Africa as a whole. So yeah, I hope you guys will follow me along this journey of YouTube, and we can get together every week, 2 weeks. I haven't really decided on that, and just have a little chit chats. Thanks, guys. Oh wait, I forgot to review the wine. Oh gosh. Okay, so creation. I've let it breathe for a little more, and I must say, guys, like I said in the beginning, this wine slaps. I don't know how I can say it, it's good, it's very good. So the wine has obviously notes of chocolate, I feel, a bit of coffee, and also something that's it has a bit of oakiness to it. It's a very good wine. As I said, it is my favorite. If you go on Vivino, it is rated 4.1. I would say 4.5 in my opinion, but the masses. But yeah, it's definitely a good wine to try, and I would recommend it 100%. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye. Why did I? Divas!